So it's looking like more news coming from Hi Rez with more layoffs. And that now means that Smite and Paladins will now no longer be getting any updates whatsoever. These games are now officially dead and will most likely be shutting down probably by the end of this year or early next year. Let's just face it. Anyways, let's talk about it, man. This sucks, bro. And not the Smite thing. Look, I know there are a lot of Smite lovers, so I'm not trying to be offensive. It's nothing like that. I'm just not a big Smite player. But I was definitely a humongous Paladins player. I still play to this day. So this is a big old kick in the cajones. You know what I'm saying? My jonies are hurting, man. And it's sad. It's sad to see because Paladins is great as a hero shooter, man. But when I did read the news about this, it made me think, did they invest going to a 2.0 for a game with the wrong game? You know what I'm saying? As opposed to going Smite 2, I feel like they should have went to Paladins 2 and just said, fuck Smite. Now, I don't know. The Smite player base might be humongous. I have no freaking clue. Like I said, I'm not a big Smite player. But I don't know. It just seems like looking at it now, and of course, hindsight is 2020, but looking at the state of Marvel Rivals right now and how much it's exploded and continuing to explode on this year, it's really seeming like the interest in these Overwatch style hero shooters is at the highest peak it's been in a very long time, right? And even Overwatch 2 became a thing, right? So you had Overwatch 2 became a thing. Marvel Rivals comes out, explodes. Now we got peak interest. You have games like Fragpunk that are coming that still fall in the hero shooter category, and yes, I know they're not Overwatch style, but I just want to use it as a reference because the genre for hero shooter as a whole is really starting to make a real comeback. Even PUBG is throwing their foot in the ring with a new thing called Project Arc or something. No, Blind Spot. It's called Blind Spot. Excuse me. But I'm saying that to say specifically with these Overwatch style hero shooters, that subgenre of the hero shooter genre, because of Marvel Rivals, there's a lot of attention on this particular style of game. And yes, granted, there's the Marvel IP connected to it, but anybody who's played has realized by now at this point that from a mechanical standpoint, gameplay standpoint, this game kick ass. So a Paladins 2, I feel like would have done better than Smite 2. Because the people who play Smite are still happy just playing Smite. There's people playing Smite 2, but most of the motherfuckers are still playing Smite 1. They prefer it over it. They say graphically, it looks better. There's definitely way more gods. All your cosmetics is there. There's no real reason for Smite 1 players to make that crossover into Smite 2. But Paladins players definitely would have made that crossover into Paladins 2 if you'd have done the same thing, you know? Graphic update, UI update, better character models. Even though they're not terrible, just bringing it into 2025 would have been nice. Maybe a new game mode here and there, a few more maps. They were already adding in champions like crazy. Like Paladins does have a bunch of champions. It's not like it don't. It's really just missing content, meaningful content. It's been on the wave of Apex where content is cosmetics and that just don't count. And then what makes it even worse is that these gotcha systems that are in place in every fucking game we play, where you're just rolling the fucking dice. That motion was extra pause. You're rolling the dice to hope and pray that, man, I really hope I get this particular skin, and then you gotta just keep paying money until you finally get what you want. And you might get lucky, or you might not get it to the very last pull. Who knows? That type of shit. Eliminated that bullshit. Updated it graphically, updated the character models, guns, the visual effects, brought in some new maps. All I'm saying is, looking at it now with everything we know now, like I said, I really feel like Paladins 2 would have been a better idea. But at this point, there's nothing to be done. Now, they did say supposedly that the servers would be open for the foreseeable future. But to me, that sounds like when a real estate agent calls a home quaint, and that translates to it actually just being crazy small, but you try to use, buzzwords, safe words, not ease you into it words to make you feel better about the fact that it's bullshit, right? So to me, foreseeable future translate to end of this year, probably early next year. Because they just said the same thing about Realm Royale, and here we are. Rogue Company, here we are. And now you're putting your other two titles up on the chopping block. The only thing you have left that I know about is Smite 2. Hi Rez has no other like, you have no other games, my nigga. You're closing down all your other games in hopes that this one is gonna do well, and niggas already don't like it. Not like that. I've played. It's okay. It's alright. It doesn't feel like a huge graphical update or a full, like, it doesn't feel much different from Smite 1 at all. Not really. Like, for a minute, when I first played the closed alpha, it looked worse. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with the graphics. It's like, the fuck is, why does it look all shiny and metallic? It looked very off. Now, whatever that was, it seems like they fixed that, but it really doesn't look like that huge of a difference between Smite and Smite 2. And now you're getting rid of all your other fucking games to focus on, I don't know, whatever. That's it for me though. I'm done, man. I ain't gonna yap anymore. This shit just making me mad, bro, because I really did love this game. So, you know, play while you can. Play some RimWorld while you can. Hey, play some Smite 1 while you can, because that shit might be gone too. Who fucking knows? Well, Smite 1 ain't going on you. That ain't going nowhere. Anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments, man. How do you feel? Do you think this sucks ass? Do you even care? Like, when's the last time you even played Paladins, you know? Talk to me. Let me know. See you guys in the next video.